that know each other well, both with ultra-powered offense, elite stick skills, and outstanding shooting. This should be an offensive showcase today.
And some of the long sticks can score some goals, as we see Mullen and Cascadden get after it on the face-off, and Cornell wins the opening draw.
Not overhand, coming hard, change level, down low, opposite post, perfect. Second win by Cascadden on the face-off. So that's 2 straight for Cornell on the face-off wins.
Great chance to thank all the folks who fought their way through the paywall. There's a lot of back and forth today. My man Matt Nessler
by Hiltz. It's an amazing shot. Ooh, Mullen had the win, but they got him on the early call, Booker. Early.
You jump early, that means you cannot take the ensuing face-off. So Willem Firth will push it down. Here's Goldstein, shot goal. Ryan Goldstein. All of a sudden, we're in a track meet.
Switched, he was already going to his left, and that created the space and opportunity to make that shot and score. Another face-off win for Syracuse. Feels like whoever's getting the ball is going to be scoring. I mean, these 2 teams are so potent and so efficient offensively, and whip it up in the top part of the goal. And interestingly, Booker today, both goalies left-handed. You don't see that every day of the week, but Syracuse and Cornell both start a left-handed goalie. Boy, pushed it forward nicely.
Cascadden pulls it out righty. You talk about left-handed goaltender.
You know, one of the best shooters ever. You know, one of the top goal scorers of all time in Division I lacrosse.
And you talk about Firth being the conduit between the ground ball getter and the scorer. How important is it that he moves that ball without cradling it more than once?
Yeah, it's a great call, Booker. By Rory Graham from Cornell. Caught it, and I'd say it was impressive there, Booker. He took his time. A lot of times you catch it inside. Younger players are trying to just whip it as fast as they can. In his case, he caught it, turned, looked, and gunned it in the goal. Great play.
Rory Graham out of Toronto, Ontario.
Step down shots, free with no defense on it.
And we are right back, set to go. Thank you so much to our friends at SmartLink and the great Brendan Kelly. All he does for the sport of lacrosse, just giving back. Thank you so much to SmartLink. Cornell clears up to the great Tim Sheehan from right here in Elmont, which also, you talk about Elmont, that means you have to talk about the great Syracuse defenseman, Pat McCabe, out of Elmont.
Something else, Pat McCabe. With Cornell coming down the gut.
Cascadden shot goes wide, backed up by Goldstein. Tommy Marachek, one of the great.
And Ryan has that same look. They're both these little tiny guys that know where to look inside, and they're just excellent selection. They know where and how to look. And they can see it coming, right? They can anticipate what's going to happen next. They're very good at that, both Tim, Goldstein, and Ryan, father and son.
Tim in the USA Lacrosse Hall of Fame already.
First or Goldstein or all these players on Cornell, they get a shot. They're precise shooters, and that's been the difference so far.
Goaltender Jimmy McCool for Syracuse came in and saving 62% in the last 5 games. Had a big game against the Fighting Irish in the Dome as Michael Leo settles things. Number 7 for Syracuse.
Smart, too, to get his left-hand set up. That's the shot he wants. That top-side left-hander.
A lot of Canadian in that sequence right there. And we're getting a push against Cornell, and now it's Syracuse ball. A little momentum. And here's English.
So if you're Syracuse, you've got 5 minutes-ish left in the half, right? You don't need to.
In all of lacrosse. He's the greatest dodger from goal line extended in all of lacrosse.
He is really good in that goal line extended spot. Now Syracuse is starting to pick up some ground balls, Book. Is that ball trapped in there?
No, he's okay.
Okay.
You know what they say, George? Momentum's.
I mean, normally you don't catch that. He did. Here comes another face-off win for Cornell.
Cascadden takes it back. Now we'll roll it on forward.
They had a 6-on-5 there.
Cascadden had a great game when Cornell played Brown, or Brown State as we like to call it. Their badge of honor.
Wow, what a timeout there. How about that one?
Oh, Connor Busick, the young coach, but the wily veteran with the timeout. 9-5. CJ Kirst getting work done. Toe drag. Goldstein.
Right. This was the star of the show in the first half. They've got a lot of guys who are effective. They've got to incorporate everyone and get everyone to start scoring. They're back within 3 again.
And it all starts with the face-off dot. And Cornell comes away with a procedural violation. It's going to give it back to Syracuse. The orange. Somewhere Tommy Marichek's smiling. The great Tommy played with Paul Gate, you know, and we all said nothing but well wishes and our heartfelt support to the great Paul Gate. And that's a trip. 100.
Looked like he had a smile on his face. Great at face-off.
Mullen wins it back to himself. He's feeling it right now in the second half. Gary Gate made some nice adjustments. And a great goal by Andrew Dalton, the senior at a St. Michael's College school in Toronto.
They've got a lot of Canadians on Cornell, more than ever. Reminds me of the old Mike French days.
Yeah. Mike French, Paul French.
He didn't go to Cornell, though.
What did Canadian?
They actually grew up in the same house, believe it or not, as brothers. As did we.
Yeah.
Just for the record.
Cornell now looking to clear, and they are on the man advance.
Side, goalie's left-handed. The far pipe is open. Firth sees it. Great shot. Boom, goal.
Firth came into the game with 18 goals on the season. Reasonable to suspect that he will can that one when given the chance. The VIP area still packed. Corrigan Sports Enterprises is doing a great job. Going to be a 6-on-5. So one of the penalties was probably a 30-second bench penalty that got wiped out.
Oh, great face-off win by Cornell. Cascadden just doing it again.
Doing work, and he flips it to CJ Kirst. An obvious Tuarton candidate. And where you walk, where you and your homies might be lying in chalk.
Good face-off win by Mullen.
Mullen needed that one, and Cuse will go down on offense, but he's still got a man on his back trailing him. They will survive for the moment. Michael Bozzi will give a little pressure. It just, he gets separation.
Yeah.
I mean, he's shooting the ball hands-free there, and he's 4 yards from the crease. Violation on the face-off gives Cornell the win. Cascadden pumps it down the wing. Here's Long.
Boy, they're always looking, aren't they? When you see them catch the ball, they're immediately looking inside and looking across the formation.
Came out with the goal for the Cuse.
That's Tyler Cordes. That's Tyler Cordes on the goal for Syracuse.
2-5 coming into the game.
Tell you, the story of this game, too, Booker, is that Cornell can really well done by Michael Leo. Face-off battle.
Mullen comes away from the scrum, scoops the ball, and survives. And Syracuse with a little make-it-take-it going right now, 13-10.
Again, the challenge for them is, can you get it to 2? Can you get it to 1? Or does Cornell keep sort of moving the cheese, if you will, and stretching? Oh man, he had such a chance.
Those where they just
first on the same team. Can you imagine that? It'd be a veritable shooting gallery.
19 seconds. Cascadden with a quick win. Hits Long down to Goldstein. Goldstein rolls up, finds the trailer. Shot goes wide, and it's going to be Syracuse possession with 10.2 to go in the quarter. Part of the one-man party.
That was borderline disturbing.
855 P-Poop.
Great face-off. Big battle here.
Mullen's going to get to it, and scoop it he does. Both teams have their full complement of timeouts as we enter the fourth quarter here. Booker Corrigan along.
Number 3 just kept moving and moving and moving, but the ball goes in, and again, Cornell stretches it to 3. They won't let him catch up. They've done a very nice job of that. Well, I'm surprised that ball didn't come out, but it didn't. Cascadden must be strong.
Face-off win for Cornell, the number 1 ranked team. Goldstein just feeling it. Last couple goals for Cornell when they needed it. Now they're back up 4. 10:48 to go. Wins it forward, and great scoop by Sammy English.
Good little goose, as they used to call that, when you goose that thing over there. And, you know, I feel like they're going to close it up. The face-offs are going to be crucial here coming down the stretch, Booker. If you're Syracuse, you have, ooh, wow, it was a clean win.
Beautiful win by Mullen. Clean.
And, you know,
Cornell faithful, loving it.
What a win by Cascadden.
And then another great ground ball. Christopher Davis out of Essex High School. Wow.
You know, Booker, you talk in these closer big games, you talk a lot about goaltending, you talk about face-off wins, you talk about gritty seconds. We've got not a lot of wing players out there for either team.
Yeah.
In fact, there's 0 on this side.
And only 1 on the far side. Quick win by John Mullen, sophomore at Orwell, Mass. Long outside shot gathered by Nust, and there it is.